They've inherited a situation of overspending.
The small-town mayor who fired the police department turns around and hires a new one. Good evening. The Village of Lynchburg's on-again, off-again police department is on again, sort of.
Less than a week after laying off the chief and 2 officers for budget reasons, he hired a new marshal to run a department with 5 part-time officers. Local 12's Joe Webb spent the day in Lynchburg, where residents and the village council aren't quite sure what's going on.
It looks peaceful in the village of Lynchburg today, but under the surface, there's unrest. Last Tuesday, we were here when residents were protesting the mayor's decision to eliminate the police department. Today, he said it was simple economics. The police budget was $55,000 in the red.
The town could no longer support the police department. It's an executive decision to do all of these things, to keep myself and others away from liability.
When we talked with Mayor Jones last Tuesday, he told us he was negotiating with the Highland County Sheriff for patrol coverage. But Friday, he swore in 5 new part-time officers and a volunteer marshal to run the new department.
Each of the officers will receive up to $62.50 a week for their patrol and service. Residents
are confused. Some want their old officers back. Joe Marshal can't understand why he lost his job.
There was never any talks of anything other than you're being laid off, goodbye. No new department, none of that. In fact, everything was being disbanded last we knew. Within 2 days, there was a new entire department brought in to replace us.
Marshal and many other residents are convinced the old officers were let go because they clashed with the mayor and city administrator, not because of the budget. So in less than a week, Lynchburg, Ohio has gone from having its one last full-time police officer to none, to back up to having 1 unpaid marshal and 5 auxiliary officers. All of this done without a vote of the village council. Councilmember Debbie Greenwood is also confused. I mean, were you involved in this whole process of hiring the new police department?
No, I wasn't. I don't know anything about it. Just came in an email yesterday.
But Mayor Jones says it was a budget emergency and he had to act. He also admits that no full-time police presence changes things for everyone.
You know, I think it would go without saying that without police protection, we're not as safe.
And clearly not as peaceful as it looks on the surface. In Lynchburg, Joe Webb, Local 12 News.
Voters in Lynchburg approved a police levy on May 6th. The mayor says the money won't be available until next spring. In the meantime, the new officers will be paid out of the village's general fund budget, and the levy money will be used to pay that back when it's available.